Hello, everyone. Welcome to Court with Krissy. It wasn't just me, it was also the court staff, the attorneys, and obviously the inmates. Perhaps it's setting our clocks back, maybe it's the election and all the ads, but it's just one of those days where everything gets worse. But what makes it all better? Judge Vann is back, and I've got a full docket. I hope you like it. Court with Krissy is now in session.
This is Gabrielle Williams.
Good afternoon, Ms. Williams. You've been charged in case 24 CR 007476G with criminal trespass. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
The last arrest for this defendant was October 19th, 2024 out of Fulton for a probation violation. They have a total of 11 arrest cycles in Georgia. Misdemeanor conviction in 2024 for theft of services. There is an open case for DUI, fleeing and attempting to elude, reckless driving. That case number is 24 CR 005363G. Nothing further to report.
Thank you. Ms. Allen?
Your Honor, this is a case from October the 3rd at about 4 p.m. at the Wendy's at 1795 Howard Mill Road. The manager there called police, and when police arrived, she was there with security guards as well as the defendant. She reported that the defendant had been inside the location, disturbing people and customers in the restaurant, and had been asked to leave.
Excuse me, there's no inside location. I was outside time. Thank you.
She'd been asked to leave repeatedly.
Sorry, Ms. Allen. Go ahead.
And the defendant was actually there when police were there communicating with the manager as she was again being asked to leave. She became irate, and at that point she was detained and arrested. She is under sentence right now. She just pled guilty in April to theft of services. And that, I believe, has a pending probation violation. That's 24 CR 000950G. She also has an open DUI from an arrest June 9 of 2024, and that's 24 CR 005363G. She currently has an SOB through the jail that you signed on August the 6th, 2024. So we are asking for a $2,000 cash bond, Your Honor. Stay away from the Wendy's at 1795 Howell Mill Road. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons on bond, and we'd be asking for a BHET or a MHET.
Mr. McLean?
Your Honor, yes, I agree that social worker visit is necessary. I've already turned in some paperwork regarding Ms. Williams to one of our social workers who's on duty this week. I don't think a signature bond is offering here to be realistic. I don't think she's going to be getting out real soon. So I think the SAP date is important for her to understand. The social worker will talk to her about housing and some other matters, I suppose. And we just ask the court to give her a reasonable and appropriate bond. Thank you.
Okay, I'm not sure whether she needs a BHET or an MHET, but
excuse me, judge, whoever you are, excuse me. Thank you.
Okay,
No.
She didn't even
ask me any questions.
Norris,
and for
are
two,
you there? Can somebody please mute her?
We're done.
Yes, Your Honor, I'm trying, but it's not allowing me.
Okay. Mr. McLean,
Yeah,
as I was saying, I'm not sure she needs to. I want her to have a social worker visit to see if there's a need for a mental health evaluation. Okay, if there's a need for a mental health evaluation, I would like for you all to go ahead and submit the paperwork. Okay,
right.
If you will also at that SAP calendar report back to me so that we can get that moving if that's the case. So a social worker visit, it's going to be a $5,000 good bond. Stay away from the Wendy's on Howard Mill Road. A social worker visit to assess whether or not Ms. Williams needs a mental health evaluation. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond.
Very good.
Okay. I think that, and if she does need a MHET, go ahead and get that paperwork in. And while I've got you on that subject, Mr. McLean, I think that you still owe me some paperwork on some MHETs. from last week. So
I was talking with Miss Bridgewater. I submitted 2 of them, and the third one we're working on that. But we got to
okay,
get.
I think
Right.
I've only signed one, if my recollection is right. So I just want to make sure that we get those in and signed so we can get those cases on track. Okay.
Right. It's a matter
All
of
right.
getting. But I think 2 of the 3 are in. So just
Okay.
gotta.
All right.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Who do we have next?
Judge, what was that bond amount for Miss Williams?
$5,000 good bond.
Thank you. And this is going to be Miss Jocelyn Wright.
Okay, it's my understanding. Well, I guess not. I've got a note that she posted bond through the Foster Bonding Company.
For Jocelyn Wright?
Yeah, but I believe that's what was mentioned earlier, but maybe there's a mistake.
It's Mr. Jordan. Mr. Jordan's the one who sent this out. So, and he sent the bonding company. All right. Mr. McLean, is this your case?
It is. We can check the rest. Paperwork may be crossing each other.
Okay, Miss Champion, is Mr. Jordan there this afternoon?
Yes, Your Honor, I'm about to see what's going on with it.
Okay, can we go to someone else while we check into this issue?
Looks like the South Annex is on, so we've got a couple there.
Your Honor, my notes say that she doesn't have a bond on this newest incident from November the 3rd. She does have a bond that she's out on
Should not have been on the calendar.
already from November the 25th, 2023. That's the second case on the docket today, number 11. That's a $1,500 bond.
So are we bringing her back?
Yes, please.
Okay.
All right, so we only need to address position number 10 on the calendar. Is that right?
She needs to be appraised of the charges, I think, on both of the cases. We filed an accusation today, but the bond was listed on the warrant for her.
Oh, okay. All right, so thank you.
Yes.
Judge, so
Yes.
she doesn't need a bond on position 11. She's already posted bond on that case. If you give her a bond now, that's going to cancel out the bond she's already posted, and it's still a good bond with the bonding company. So she only needs a bond on position 10. Position 11, she posted bond last year, and she has a good bond with the bonding company. So that case should not have been put out on the calendar at all. It should have been put on the SAP calendar.
Well, actually, I charged it today. It's okay that it's on the calendar. And her new case is a violation of the bond that she's been on for a year. But we will handle all of those things when we address
Ms. Allen, listen, I'm not trying to argue with you. What I'm telling you is the facts. She already has a bond on position 11.
I'm aware.
Not need a new bond on that case.
I wasn't going to ask for
one. I
one.
don't care if you filed an accusation or not. She only needs a bond on position 10.
Your Honor, it is absolutely inappropriate for this kind of conversation and this kind of tone in this environment. No one's going to say anything.
My phone number is 34396.
I don't even know who I'm talking to.
Michael Jordan.
Okay, all right. So let's just move on. Miss Wright, good afternoon, ma'am. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Miss Wright? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Judge Eric Moore. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar, ma'am. Let's see. You've been charged in case 24 CR 007477B with simple battery family violence. Miss Hardy, is there a history? I take it that there is.
There is one arrest cycle. The last arrest was November 25th, 2023 out of Milton for battery. Nothing further to report.
Okay. Yes, Miss Allen. Miss Allen?
Yes, Your Honor. This is an incident from the 3rd of November at about 9 a.m. Police were called to It's reported that the defendant assaulted her brother Joshua. She, during a verbal argument, threw items at him. She was upset because he touched her food. She made admissions to striking her brother to police, and her mother intervened and had to restrain her. We'd be asking for $1,000 SOB through pretrial and a BHET, Your Honor. No drugs, alcohol, or weapons, and no contact with Joshua Wright. And stay away from that location, 3310 Deer Valley Drive. We haven't been in touch with Mr. Wright yet today, but we'll continue to try to make contact. And before whatever just happened, I wanted to make clear that she has a bond on the case that she came through last year and is now in violation of that bond. I was in no way going to ask for a bond on that case. I just wanted to make sure the cases traveled together. She is out on bond from a November battery on someone at a Walmart. And that is in position 11.
Okay, thank you. Let's see.
That'll be me, Your Honor.
No, I was going to see if Mr. Wright was on the line. If Mr. Joshua Wright is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Doesn't appear so. Any objection to anything that the state's requesting, Mr. McLean?
No, Your Honor, certainly not.
Now, the Deer Valley Drive address, whose address is that? Is she going to need to go back there? Does she have a different place to reside, Mr. McLean?
They all live there now. She's in the process of trying to move out. But
okay, so she's going to need a one-time escort to go back there?
well, I said, you know, you're moving out. I said, you're using the present tense. Does that mean you've moved out or you're going to next week? She's organizing the move out right now. So I'm not sure what's appropriate in terms of whether they get along for a week.
Well, if we haven't spoken with her, I'm not going to let her go back there without a police escort, okay?
Oh, no. No, we did speak. And we talked about, you know, procedures like that. But she does.
No. I'm talking about Mr. Wright, Joshua Wright. Everybody's getting their little lines crossed today for some reason. So you haven't spoken to Joshua Wright, I take it.
I have not.
Okay, so I'm not going to let her go back there if no one's spoken with him regarding that without a police escort. That's all I'm saying. Okay.
Gotcha. Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be $1,000 signature bond through pretrial level 2. I'm going to have her do 1-day anger awareness. No further contact with Mr. Wright. Stay away from the Deer Valley Drive address. She can go back to that address on one occasion with law enforcement to retrieve any belongings that she might have there. A social worker visit for a BHET, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Okay? All right. Good luck to you, Ms. Wright.
Next.
Can you give me some clarity on position number 11? What are we going to do with it since she's the defendant in that case?
Apparently, we're not doing anything with it.
Right.
Okay, so. Okay, thank you.
All right, who do we have next?
This is Miss Inya Martin.
Good afternoon, Miss Martin.
Good afternoon.
You have been charged in case 24CR007473F with terroristic threats and acts. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
This defendant has one arrest cycle. Their last arrest was November 3rd, 2023 out of Fulton for fleeing, attempting to elude, speeding, missing defaced obscured license plate. That case is open under 23 CP 223163. Nothing further to report.
Yes, Ms. McConkey?
Yes, Your Honor. This incident happened yesterday at 3820. The victim in this case is Anais Shara. The victim had let the defendant sleep.
I'm sorry, Ms. McConkey. You also are going in and out on me for some reason. No, it might not be you. I got 38 what? And who is the victim? Okay, go ahead.
Anais Shara Rhodes. First name is Anais.
Okay.
The victim had let the defendant stay at her house from one night and some property had been stolen. This caused some issues between the parties, and the defendant began sending the victim threatening messages saying she would harm her and her family. The defendant even texted the victim's mother, telling the victim's mother that she would beat up the victim and have her boyfriend shoot the victim. The defendant then showed up at the victim's apartment with 5 other women and tried to fight her. They were also
with me. That's a lot.
No, we don't do that. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Ms. McConkey. Go ahead.
No problem. Per the report, they were also throwing things at the victim's apartment and banging on her door. Our office has spoken with Ms. Shara Rhodes, who confirmed the events in the police report, said the defendant also threatened to come to her job and kill her. She states the defendant has also posted her address and her phone number on social media. She wants no contact and to stay away from the residence. There is a concern here of victim intimidation with the threats coupled with the act of showing up at the victim's house with other people in an attempt to fight her. The state's recommendation is a $1,500 surety bond, absolutely no contact with the victim or any of the victim's family members, stay away from the victim's resident and her place of employment, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. I believe the victim is on Zoom today, so I would ask the court to sound for Ms. Anais Rhodes.
Okay, so this is Anais Shara. I see you on the line, Ms. Shara. If you wish to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. I'll need for you to unmute yourself, activate your camera, and I'll have to swear you in.
Hello.
Good afternoon, Ms. Shara. Let me just say that this is, if you would like to testify, I want you to take the gum out first, okay? Whatever you.
I'm sorry.
All right. Raise your right hand for me. Do you swear affirm the testimony that you're about to give before this court be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth under penalty of perjury?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you can place your hand down, Ms. Sharon. Know that this is being recorded and that everything that you say is under penalty of perjury, okay? So
Yes.
you've sworn to tell the truth. So go ahead and tell the court what you'd like for me to hear.
Honestly, well, all I really want to say is that, $1,500 is not enough, considering this girl is a repeated offender. Like, I honestly don't know what's wrong with her. But like, she came to my house multiple times. They were saying stuff outside. First of all, I work with this girl too. I don't even feel safe for my life, honestly. It's like we're too young to be doing all of this. She said not only was she going to shoot my baby in the head and make me watch for her boyfriend, but my sister's baby and make her watch too. She has said the most outrageous stuff. Like, I'm scared to even be at my residence, honestly. I don't
Okay.
know. I don't know where she thinks we live at, but we live in the suburbs, so I don't understand.
Now, how do you know Miss Martin?
We go a long way back to middle school.
Okay. Any questions, Ms. McConkey?
No questions, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you for being here, Ms. Shara.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Mr. Cook?
Yes, Your Honor, my client is 19 years old. She's currently working for Amazon. She is doing some online schooling at Georgia State. And they've been acquaintances for a long time. She denies the allegations as stated in the warrant. She is not making much money. If a signature bond is out of the question, and the facts a little bit convoluted to me, but we would certainly ask for the lowest possible surety bond. She has no problem with the stay away or no further contact.
And just so you know, it does say in the report that the officers did review the text messages that were sent to the victim's mother, where she did say that her boyfriend would shoot the victim. And it also looks like the defendant posted a picture on Instagram while she was outside of the victim's apartment building.
Okay, thank you, Ms. McConkey. It's going to be $1,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Shera or her family members. Stay away from the Harbor Lakes address. No drugs, alcohol, weapons while out on bond. Good luck. I've already pronounced Ms. Shera, so she can't have any contact with you and or your family members. And if she does, you need to contact the police, okay? And Ms. Martin, you can have no contact with Ms. Shera or her family members. No contact means absolutely no contact. No phone contact, obviously no personal contact, no internet contact, no contact whatsoever. Okay? All right, good luck to you both.
Your Honor, they work at the same job, I believe.
We work at the same job and we work the same shift. I need my job. I'm in college.
Well, you're gonna have to, you all are not gonna be able to be around each other. So if you can work it out with your work, the way you work when she's not there, then that's fine with the court. But if you have any contact with her whatsoever, I don't care if it's out and about or if it's at the job, you can't do that, okay? All right.
Yes, Judge.
All right, very good.
Your Honor,
we have
can
next?
Alpharetta Annex next? I mean, not Alpharetta, South Annex, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Your Honor, on the booking sheet, he has only one charge. What was the other charges?
There's a terroristic threat, simple battery and terroristic threats.
Thank you. Civil battery and terroristic threat. Who that is? That's not you. This is going to be Mr. Marcus Boyd.
Okay, Mr. Boyd is number 1 on the calendar. Good afternoon, Mr. Boyd. You've been charged in case 24CR007470D with battery family violence, 2 counts. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
Yes, Your Honor. The last arrest for this defendant was August the 5th, 2024 out of Fulton County for a probation violation. They have a total of 83 arrest cycles in Georgia. A felony conviction in 2024 for theft by shoplifting, aggravated assault and possession of a firearm during the commission of a felony. And they're currently on probation for that case. The number is 23 SC 188157. 2019 entering auto, 2024 misdemeanor conviction for criminal trespass, 2021 CWAC charge, 2018 criminal trespass, 2018 theft by shoplifting. Nothing further to report.
Ms. McConkey?
Your Honor, this incident occurred October 13th of 2024. The incident location is, the victim in this case is Santrice Smith. The victim and the defendant had been dating for about 6 months when the victim decided to end the relationship. The morning of the incident, she was heading to work and the defendant wanted to speak with her. When she proceeded to walk past him, he grabbed her hair, yanked her back, and then punched her in the stomach. The victim then began to defend herself as the defendant continued to attack her. She did sustain lacerations on her face and her nose was bleeding as a result of the attack. Our office has spoken with Ms. Smith, who says the incident location is her residence. She confirmed the events in the warrant, stated nothing like this has happened before, and she has not seen or spoken to the defendant since this incident. She says that she wants no contact and wants him to stay away from the residence. The state's recommendation is going to be based in part on the defendant's history, which includes FTAs and violent arrests and convictions. He was just convicted of 2 crimes this past year alone, and he is back here again. So there is a concern that he will be a danger to the community, and of course that he will reoffend given that he has been arrested 83 times. We are recommending a total $3,500 surety bond, $1,750 for each count of battery. No further contact with this victim, stay away from the incident location, that he do some anger awareness classes, no drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. I would ask the court to sound for Miss Santrice Smith.
If Ms. Smith is on the line and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity to do so. Okay, Mr. McLean, is this your case?
Excuse me, sir. My name is Mark Boyd. I have actually no charges.
Hold on.
It's my case, Your Honor. Mr. Boyd, let me speak for you, please.
Go ahead, Mr. Cook.
Okay, thank you. Your Honor, it is my client's position that his name is Marcus Boyd. He knows nothing about these charges. He does not know Santrice Smith, and they've got the wrong guy. To put it shortly, to put it succinctly, it's a case of mistaken identity, he says to me, and he just does not know this person, and they've got the wrong person incarcerated.
Okay. Well, until we figure that out, Mr. Cook, you have any other argument?
Well, there's no other argument to make. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's
So,
40. He's 40 years old. I think he's lived 48 48. He's lived most of his life in the Atlanta area. He does have family here, an aunt and his mom. So there's but beyond that, it's no. His position is he has no connection to this whatsoever.
Well, Officer showed the victim a picture of the defendant, and she identified him as the person who assaulted her and that she had been dating and living with.
All right. So, Ms. McCockey, have you been in touch with Ms. Smith?
We have been in touch with Ms. Smith, and she confirmed the events in the report, stated she hasn't spoken with him since this incident, wants no contact for him to stay away. She did say nothing like this had happened before.
All right, so it would be helpful for the court at the SAP calendar if Ms. Smith were present, so that would be able to clear up. That might clear up any sort of identification problems. He's saying that, I can see him saying that it's not me. At the present time, though, it's going to be $1,000 good bond per charge, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond. No further contact with Ms. Smith, stay away from the Hardwick Street address, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond. Mr. Cook, I certainly will reconsider that bond at the SAP calendar, and I would encourage Ms. McCockey, if you all could see if you could get Ms. Smith to be present at that hearing. That would be helpful, okay?
Absolutely. She did say that she would be today, but obviously she is not. So we'll try to get her to be at the SAP date.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it.
Hey, Judge, what's the other charge on him? I don't have one charge.
He has two.
I'm saying they said two charges. I'm saying I gotta talk to somebody. Yeah, what's the other charge?
Two counts of battery family violence.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Come on. So you telling me that I'm hostage in the jail? And you're not hostage, man. You're not hostage. Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Boy. You don't want to do this, man. Come on, man. You don't want to do this. That's just a bad move right there, man. A bad move.
Okay. No, you're fine. This is fine. It's one of those days. This is Mr. Rivers.
That's correct, Mr. Rivers.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Rivers. I'm Judge Eric Morrow. This is the State Court Expedited Accusation Calendar. You've been charged in case 24 CR 007475F with simple battery and willful obstruction of a law enforcement officer. Is there a history, Ms. Hardy?
This defendant has 17 arrest cycles in Georgia. Their last arrest was February 19th, 2024 out of Fulton County for battery and a CWET charge. That case is open under 24 CR 000810F. There's a felony conviction in 2006 for possession of cocaine. 2008 misdemeanor conviction for battery, family violence, and criminal trespass. Nothing further.
We should put the next one.
Yes, Ms. McCollum.
Yes, Your Honor. It looks like he also had a 2018 arrest for battery, family violence as well, and a 2016 arrest for simple battery. And he has another 2016 arrest for simple battery, amongst some other things. This incident happened November 2nd, 2024. The incident location, the victim in this case is Mr. Lamont Lewis. The victim was sitting on the sidewalk when the defendant randomly attacked him and started stomping on him. The incident was witnessed by a Matthew Sharp, who confirmed with officers that the defendant was the person who attacked the victim. When officers made contact with the defendant and asked him what happened, he started running. The state's recommendation is based on the facts of this case and the defendant's history, which includes violent arrests and convictions, which show that he is a danger to the community at large, and there's also a risk that he will.
Mental health issues. I have mental health issues. I take
Okay,
medication.
Mr. Rivers, hold on, son. We'll be with you.
And they,
shortly.
and a lot of them people that were doing it, they
Hold
were
on.
stealing from me.
Okay, Mr. Rivers, hold
Yes,
on.
sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, sir. Yes, Ms. McCockey, I apologize.
I've been
Go ahead.
victimized multiple times by these people.
Okay.
I'm gonna need for you to let Ms. McCockey talk. Okay, thank you. Go ahead.
For the simple battery, it's a $1,500 surety bond. For the willful obstruction, it's a $1,000 surety bond. That's a total $2,500 surety bond for this defendant. No further contact with the victim, Lamont Lewis. No further contact with the witness, Mr. Matthew Sharp. Stay away from that incident location. That he undergo some anger awareness. No drugs, weapons, or alcohol while out on bond. I would ask the court to sound for Mr. Lamont Lewis if he is on the Zoom.
If Mr. Lewis is with us and wishes to address the court, now is your opportunity. Okay, whose case is this? Okay, yes, Mr. McClain.
There we go. Your Honor, my client worked. He's a high school graduate from Fred Douglass High School. He's in Atlanta all his life. He has family here. He has a mailing address, which is with his cousin, and he's actually is staying with his cousin. I've been in touch with the family. I think it would be appropriate social work visit to talk about housing and making sure that everything else is organized and he's getting any appropriate treatment necessary. He does work, Your Honor, a place called I didn't catch the first name. It was the top company was something logistics, and what they do is install furniture. They install furniture of the type where it's theater, or it may be a sectional couch with things and electronics installed. And he's been doing that off and on for 3 years. So he does have the wherewithal to work. And he recently has relocated to outside the city and feels that will help avoid instances like this, because he feels victimized by people that look at him and say, well, sometimes he's off his meds, so let's do this and that. But I don't know what this incident was, Your Honor, but I know he does have that concern. And so we're just looking forward to a brighter future, because he is outside the city now, living in the suburbs, and unlikely to be arrested in this fashion again.
Okay, well, I do need for there to be a social worker visit and report back to me at the SAP calendar. I think there's something going on with Mr. Rivers. It's going to be a $1,500 good bond for the simple battery, a $500 good bond for the obstruction, makes for a total of a $2,000 good bond, a social worker visit, no further contact with Mr. Lewis or Mr. Sharp. Stay away from the Edgewood Avenue address, and no drugs, alcohol, or weapons while out on bond.
Very good.
All right. Good luck to you, Mr. Rivers. Okay, I think that completes the calendar. Is that right, Ms. Bridgewater?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
All right. Let's see. When everyone's ready, we can go over the calendar, Ms. Bridgewater.
Don't put that on me, Ricky Bobby. Got one. Brought mine. Miss Fambro. How are you, ma'am?
Fantastic.
Fantastic.
Always.
Well, what do we owe this? That worries me.
Because I was hurting for 3 days and I had the weekend off and I recuperated.
Okay. All right.
No pain is better than pain.
Facts. Facts.
It is. So I'm peachy keen. How are you?
I am better than I deserve, which is a standing.
Yes.
And at least I know
Come on
it.
in. State your name.
Donnie Williams.
Mr. Williams, before the court charge of driving under the influence. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true, sir?
Yes, sir.
You've indicated you're going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself. Is that how you're going to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yeah. No history, Mr. Williams?
No history.
Can't hear you.
Mr. Williams, I'm going to release you on what's called pretrial release. You report to the pretrial release office before 9 o'clock after court Wednesday.
All right.
While you're on pretrial release, you're not to possess or consume alcohol. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Sir, if you'll give us a minute.
November 6th at 8:30. Giordani, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm you'll truthfully and accurately interpret the conversation of court in the defense today?
I do.
Thanks, sir.
State your name, ma'am.
Marissa Heiss.
Ms. Heiss, before the court charge domestic violence battery, victim being over the age of 65, and a violation of probation for what was originally possession, controlled substance, and battery on a person over the age of 65. Do you understand those charges?
I do.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Okay.
I have.
What's that?
I said I have. I got a copy.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
That's fine.
All right, ma'am. Bond set at 10,000 on the domestic violence battery, no contact. You're held without bond on the VOP. Court date will be December 2nd at 9 o'clock. Happy holiday.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, you're gonna sign. Number 3, decided she didn't want to cooperate in bookings.
That's a shame. She's held without bond. Her court date's going to be November the 5th at 8:30.
Yes, sir. Next. Wait for the light, huh? Come on in, step on there. Now sign it.
Second go quick Christmas stuff.
State your name, sir.
There should be a law. Oh, there should be a law. We should have a law against it. You cannot start Christmas until Thanksgiving week. I'll give you.
I'm gonna give you that.
I'll give you
Because we're
Thanksgiving
missing the
week,
most
but
important holiday right there.
But it's a stretch right now. It's really stretch.
That's the most important one, Thanksgiving.
Thanks. You're right. Thank you. And it gets shortchanged every year.
I'm trying to tell you, that's Big Facts of America Day.
It's true. It's true.
It is.
I'm here for it. I'm unbutton the top button and sit on the couch afterwards, watching football and passing out in a food coma.
And then do it again. Wake up and do it again.
Mr. Kipple, how you doing?
Been better, but I'm all right.
You've been worse though, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, today can't be the worst day of your life. If it is, I'll trade with you straight up. All right,
That's
Mr.
right.
Kipple. You're for the court charged with driving license suspended or revoked in violation of conditional release for what was originally a domestic violence. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
It's kind of hard to argue that you weren't violating your pretrial release when she's sitting next to you in the car, isn't it?
not on pretrial.
I'm not on pretrial, sir, and she
What is he?
wasn't next. She
She's
was
on bond with you.
she was not next to me in the car. She was
So he
not next to me in the
That's good.
she was not next to me in the car, sir.
Don't talk about what happened.
Yes, sir.
Get the other one too.
So
Pull them
that's
both.
5286.
No?
Which one is that?
Which one are you on? You looking for the bond or the probation?
The bond.
Condition.
The bond one is 24/4803 MM. That's with you from the 24th.
Okay.
The probation is 24/50/50 on a felony drop.
Oh. Okay. No. All right, Mr. Kipple, on the driving license suspended revoked, bond's 1,000. On the violation of conditional release, bond's 2,500. Court date's gonna be November the 16th at 8:30. And I'm signing the warrant for violation of probation in one case and revoking your bond in another case. Good luck.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Ready, sir, state your name.
Carlos Franco.
Franco, you're fully court charged driving under the influence. Do you understand the charge?
Excuse me?
You understand what you've been charged with, sir?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
You said you are appointing me a public defender?
I am. Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Deputy, criminal history?
Had a DUI earlier this year reduced to a reckless. He actually has an NTA on an open DWLSR with you. He has a para this year, 21 less than 20 and 2 counts of resisting and 20.
You know what they say, no good deed goes unpunished. Bond is set at 15,000. No alcohol. Court date is November the 6th at 8:30. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Ready, sir? Face the TV and state your name.
I would tell everybody my name's out. I would just walk around introducing myself to Ragnar.
Well, it's been my family for like years. So
Yeah.
if you make fun of it, I
can
can
say that. The middle name is solid, but the first name is Gold. All right.
I appreciate that.
All right, Mr. Grombeck, you're full court for driving under the influence. You understand the charge?
Yes, sir. Well, actually, I can't read it. I have no readers. I wasn't able.
But you understand why you're in jail, is what he's asking.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Not wrong. You weren't drinking ale from curled horns, were you? No.
Drinking what?
All right. So you've indicated that you are not looking for a public defender. Are you going to hire your own attorney or represent yourself?
Probably a public defender. I don't qualify for the.
Okay. All right. Deputy criminal history, Mr. Grombeck.
No history.
All right. So pretrial release. You need to report to the pretrial release office after court Wednesday. Your court date is November the 6th at 8:30.
November 6th, 8:30. Yes, sir.
Step to your right to the T.
No alcohol.
When the green light comes on, sign.
This week. Mr. Rivera, how you doing, sir?
Good, how you doing, sir?
I'm well. You're before the court on domestic violence stalking, cyber stalking. You understand that charge?
What was that?
You understand what you're charged with?
Oh, yes, yes, sir.
I'm seeing you copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
I'm sorry, what was that?
You've been advised of your rights today?
Probation.
No, have you been advised of your rights, the rights?
Oh,
to
yeah,
remain-
yes, sir, yes, sir.
You got a copy of your paperwork?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney or representing yourself. Jeff,
Had a controlled substance earlier this year and a no valid in 18.
all right. Bond is set at 5,000. No contact directly, indirectly, through a third party, Snapchat, smoke signals, Twitter, whatever. You got me?
Yes, sir.
All right. Court date's gonna be November the 6th at 8:30.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Mr. Belton, you're fully court charged domestic violence battery. You understand that charge?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
All right. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy, criminal history?
Domestic by strangulation, 21, and that's it.
You want to say something? No, ma'am, not today, you're not. Nice try. All right, bond is set at 10,000. No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party with alleged victim. Court date is going to be November the 6th at 8:30. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir. State your name.
Tari Giles.
Judge, you're fully court on a fugitive justice warrant out of the state of Arkansas, Crawford County to be specific, or failing to appear for charges there. You understand that? The only thing you and I have to talk about is whether or not you are the terrorist Denard Giles that Arkansas is looking for. If you agree that you are, it is probably in your best interest to go ahead and sign the waiver of extradition, putting Arkansas on the clock to come get you. Otherwise, you risk sitting on dead time waiting for them to go through the process of getting a governor's warrant.
Yeah, how do I do that?
You want to sign?
Somebody come get me?
Yeah.
I did. Got me on the road list. All right. You ain't seen it.
There's 5 copies. This is you. Yep, this is you. I'm just showing you. And it's Arkansas. Sign each copy here.
They gotta have 5 copies original by video in my presence. Let's see.
Keep going. 5 of them.
Okay. All right, December 4th. Yeah, I was looking. That works. Return date's gonna be December 4th. But they should at least contact us and let us know if they're coming or not before then.
Yeah. Yes. How long is it? 30 days. But they will know in a few whether or not they're coming once they get this copy back.
Then what we do from there?
If they ain't coming, they'll drop the whole. If they coming, they'll schedule you.
Y'all let me know that. Okay. I can't even get out to talk to my wife, and then we got my pen messed up. I can't
See
even
Mr. Williams when you get back.
Mr. Williams?
Yep, sign where the green light is. Yes, Mr. Williams, so to fix it. Ready, sir? State your name.
I'm 52 Dakota. Healy. Uploaded about 10 warrants.
State your name, sir.
Alan Mincy.
Mr. Mincy, you're fully court charged with robbery by sudden snatching, no weapon or firearm, and a violation of probation for aggravated assault. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I'm seeing paperwork and advised of your rights. Based on your application, you do not qualify for the service of the Public Defender's Office, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. A robbery charge. Bond is $10,000. No contact with the alleged victim. Court date's going to be November the 18th at 9 o'clock. And Judge Clark has ordered you held without bond on the VOP. Same court date, November 18th, 9 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Reddick, sir. State your name.
Cameron Michael O'Brien Caster.
Mr. O'Brien Caster, you're before the court charged with possession of meth, possession less than 20 grams of marijuana, and possession of paraphernalia. You understand those charges?
Yes, sir.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Based on your application, I find that you do qualify. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Yeah, the criminal history, Mr. O'Brien Caster?
I'm sorry.
I have to note he was released on the 1st for DWLSR and less than 20. Had a couple of FTAs this year with sentences. 23, looks like DOC exit. 22, less than 20, para smuggling contraband. Locally, it goes back to 06.
I'm a local and I'm homeless right now. They picked me up. We got trespassed and I was moving off the property and they searched my stuff across.
Don't talk about what happened today. Wait and talk to your public defender, okay?
Okay.
Excellent advice from your public defender. Bond said 5,000 Smith, 1,500 on the pot, 1,000 on the paraphernalia. Court date's going to be November the 20th.
Step to your right to the T. Next. Reddick, sir. Reddick. Face the TV, state your name.
Niels Martinez.
Mr. Martinez, you're before the court charged with grand theft of a firearm, possession of THC oil, and petty theft. You understand the charges?
You understand?
Sir, you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Okay, absolutely. All right. Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. You also have the option of hiring your own attorney to represent yourself. Any question about these options?
I need the public defender. I lost my job.
Okay, well, then you need to reapply for the public defender with your new income. Because what you put down was $650 a week. That's too much.
All right. They asked me.
No history.
All right, on the grand theft of a firearm, bonds 5,000. The possession of THC oil is 2,500. The petty theft is 1,000. No contact with the alleged victims. Court date's going to be December 2nd at 9 o'clock with random UAs. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Reddick, sir. State your name.
Timothy Sellers.
Mr. Sellers, you're before the court charged with possession of cocaine and a failure to appear for possession of less than 20 grams of marijuana. You understand those charges?
Understand what you're charged with?
Yes.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes, sir.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. Any question about that?
I make too much for a public defender.
You say you make $1,200 every 2 weeks is what you filled out.
Oh, I might have fucked with that. It might have been 600.
I get it. I understand. Oh, I got it. You can always reapply.
Okay. Oh, my heart stopped. I was like, I promise I don't make enough.
You're good. You're good. All right. Bond set at 5,000 on the cocaine possession. Your bond has been preset at 2,500 on the failure to appear. You got random UAs as directed by your court. You got 2 court dates. Okay, this is where you might get jammed up a little bit. The felony court date is going to be December the 2nd at 9 o'clock. The misdemeanor court date is going to be November the 12th at 9 o'clock. So make sure you get both of them. Okay.
All right, is that would be when I talk to you about everything as far as the misdemeanor, right?
Yes.
Misdemeanor.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Okay, step on the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir, state your name.
Mitchell Feinside.
Mr. Feinside, before the court on an attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling, possession of burglary tools, simple assault, although it's never something,
Here you go.
and criminal mischief. You understand the charges?
Yes.
I understand you've been given copies of paperwork and advised of your rights. Is that true?
Yes.
Based on your application, you make too much money to qualify for a public defender, but the law recognizes your financial situation may change, in which case you can reapply later. Any question about that?
No.
Yep, Mystery?
Nothing says 12. That was domestic, disorderly, and assault.
All right, on the attempted burglary of an occupied dwelling, bond set 25,000. The possession of burglary tools, intent to use is 5,000. The simple assault is 5,000. The damage, criminal mischief is 5,000. No contact directly, indirectly through a third party alleged victim. Court date's going to be December 12th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the light comes on, sign. Next. Red X, sir, state your name.
Ma'am, John C. Nichols. Mr. Nichols, before the court charges possession of synthetic cannabinoid, trespass in the occupied structure or conveyance, and possession of paraphernalia. Do you understand the charges? Yes, sir. I think you've been given copies of paperwork and it's back. You're right. That's true, sir. Yes, sir. In your application, you do qualify for service to the Attorney's office. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender representative attorney now. Any question about that? No, sir. Yeah.
Go ahead.
All right. On the possession of synthetic cannabinoid, bond is 2,500. The trespassing is 2,500. The paraphernalia is 1,000. Court date's going to be November the 25th at 9 o'clock with random UAs. Good luck, sir.
Step to your right to the T. When the green light comes on, sign. Red X, sir. Here you go. State your name.
Cody Kieran.
Mr. Kieran, for the court charge of aggravated stalking. You understand the charge?
Not guilty.
Excellent. Madam Clerk, please enter a not guilty plea on behalf of Cody. Do you understand the charge, Cody?
Not really. I'm very confused about everything, the whole situation itself. So,
have you read it?
I just read it. All it says right here is aggravated stalking, following harassed, threatened with death of, and then it had like no physical evidence.
Did you flip the page?
No state. Yeah. Flip the page. There's no. Oh, on Sunday. Okay, I guess. The victim also stated that the defendant had entered his residence in Dothan.
I mean, you don't have to read it to me. I've read it.
Oh no, sorry. I was just reading out loud. I'm sorry.
Okay.
No, so I didn't have it read fully yet, but I have never.
Let me stop you because I don't want you to say anything that could be used against you later. Okay. I just need to make sure you understand what they charged you with. I'm not asking you to agree to it. I'm not asking if that's true. Completely different question. Okay. I just wanted to make sure that you understand the charge.
I guess. I mean, yes, I understand the charge that it's aggravated.
And that's the limit of what we need to discuss today, okay? Because we're on the record, and I don't want you to say anything else. Based on your application, you do qualify for a public defender. I'm going to go ahead and appoint the public defender to represent you. So you got an attorney now. Any question about that?
No, sir.
Deputy Criminal History on Mr. Karen.
18 less than 20 in FTA, 17 resisting, 15 domestic, ag bat resisting, and that's it.
Were those?
Bond set 10,000. No contact.
What was that?
Directly 10,000. No contact directly, indirectly, or through a third party. That means no Snapchat, no text, no Twitter, no whatever it is kids are doing these days. November 18th, 9 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T.
So what's my bond?
10.
10,000?
Ready, sir. State your name.
I am Eric George.
Mr. George, court on a violation of probation for what was originally driving license revoked as a third or subsequent offense. Judge Collier is ordered held without bond. Your court date is going to be 25th at 9 o'clock.
Step to your right to the T.
Judge Collier on the roll. Mr. Palmer, how you doing, sir?
Pretty good, how you doing?
I'm well. Mr. Palmer, you're before the court on a violation of probation for what was originally possession of obscene materials. Judge Collier's order you held without bond. Your court date is November the 27th at 9 o'clock. Good luck, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Step behind him. Next.
Mr. McKay, you're before the court on a failure to appear for violation of probation hearing. That goes well. In front of Judge Clark.
Well, yes, sir.
Judge Clark.
Yes, sir. I will tell you this. I will tell you this. I called the Bay County Clerk's office and let them know that I was on my way, but I didn't have a ride. I did call.
You know who didn't care about that?
I know, sir. I understand, sir.
Clark.
Yes, sir.
He's held
I'm just trying to go to rehab, sir.
November 20th at 9 o'clock.
Sir?
November 20th at 9 o'clock.
Yes, sir.
Step behind him. Next. Ready, sir.
Mr. Rush, before the court on a violation of probation for what was originally possession of meth charge in front of Judge Stevenson. You understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Judge Stevenson, in his infinite wisdom, is where you held without bond. Your court date is November the 27th at 9 o'clock.